hopping on just a few minutes before 7 because sometimes it takes me a little bit to get the orientation right, and sometimes I have to restart it and start it. So I'm getting the hang of it. I'm trying not to click too many buttons before I start. All right, let me just find myself here on my device. I hope you've had a great day. Here in Canada, it's actually a family day, so we had a long weekend. And honestly, I haven't really done much this weekend. I'm not just feeling the best. Definitely fighting an infection. And yeah, it has not been an easy go. And I'm hoping like a few more days it'll kick in and feel better. All right, so let me just find myself here on my device. And then we will get started. So if you're new to the Stamp with Ann channel, welcome. I hope you, like I said, welcome to the Stamp with Ann channel. So each week I pick a product of the week and I come live to you. Usually Monday nights I usually do a scrapbook page, and then on Wednesdays I do a card class to go. Because I know that there's many people out there that are scrapbookers, there are many people out there who are card makers, and then there's that group that does both. So actually when I started Stampin' Up, I actually got into scrapbooking, and that's how I was introduced to Stampin' Up. And then I dabbled into the card making. So I do a little bit of both. But I feel like as a demonstrator, and even as like a person who purchases supplies, I want to be able to purchase supplies that I know will work with both. And I'm excited to show you that during our weekly YouTube lives. So if you're new, say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. As I said, I started the video a few minutes early just because, man, oh man, it takes me a while to get it started. But today it went off like without a hitch. So if you know me, you know that I'm a huge fan of chocolate, and I always start my videos by showing you my bowl. I haven't really been eating chocolate lately just because I haven't really been feeling the best. But every once in a while, I'll take a couple pieces, and then that makes me feel really good. Hi, Donna. She says, good evening from Ontario, Canada. Good evening. I hope you've enjoyed your family day weekend. So if I start coughing, I've got my water here with me tonight, so we are good. So this week, I decided to show you, and it was so funny, me and my daughter were just like, she was helping me practice this word. Sometimes I have Anne's language, and I say things that I feel like they should be. So I am showing you, Nature's Symphony bundle. Oh, I got it right. Bundle. This is actually in the January to April catalog, and I'll show you that in a minute, or you can also find it online. The funny thing was, when I saw this back in November, I was like, yeah, that's not my style. I'm not sure I really like it. It's kind of cute. And I hummed and hawed, and literally I only ordered it like a couple weeks ago because first of all, my team and I do a monthly swap, and I received a whole bunch of cards from the swap using this Nature's Symphony set. And I was like, oh my gosh, they're beautiful. And then the more I dived into it, I was like, you know what? The colors would be perfect for scrapbooking because I have a daughter who loves to hike, and I thought that would be a great for her. So let me show you where you can find this in our catalog, and then I'll dive into all the pieces. So I've got like extra things sitting here. So anyways, this is the collection. So the Nature Symphony bundle and dies is part of the Nature Walk. So you can do like one stop shopping right here. And if you click this button, it would order all this. So it's page 38 and 39 of the catalog. And if you were online, you could easily just type in Nature Walk and you will get all the products of that. So I am going to show you what is in this collection because I don't know about you, but I feel like you need to see it up close and personal. The more you see it in person, the more you're likely going to purchase it or like it. As I said to you, I wasn't really keen on it when it first came out. And like as a demonstrator, we see things like early. So I saw it in November. I was at an event in November where this was displayed, and I was just like, that's not me. It's not my style. But I did a poll on my Facebook page a couple weeks ago asking which one you preferred, this one or the Greenly Lane bundle. with the washi tape, and everyone picked this one. So I was like, you know what? I have to show this one. It just seems to be the very popular one. So let's dive in. Stamp set. If you're familiar with Stampin' Up, you will know that Stampin' Up has changed our stamps and dies. They now come in these new packaging, which are kind of nice because they just sit on your shelf. So what I've decided to do is, my brain thinks in like organization. So I have one basket with all my DVD cases, clear cases, and then I have a package where this. I haven't decided if I'm going to keep my dies in here or continue putting them on my magnet sheet, so I'm still deciding on that. But I learned a great tip on the weekend from Jackie Bohais. She is Clomper Stamper in the US. And I have showed you that, so this is a stamp set, like this is the packaging, but Stampin' Up has not done any inserts. So in our old packaging, you notice that we had that, like where you could see. So for me, the person who does lives and classes, I like to know where my stamp sets are, because these photopalmers are so sticky that if you lose one, you could be looking for eons. So I was like, okay, what am I going to do? If you follow me on my Monday nights or my Wednesday night videos, you know that I have been stamping the images onto cardstock and putting them here. What I'm finding is the more and more I use them, they are ripping the, see, look, I've ripped the paper. Yeah, so it was not a great way. So I actually saw Jackie Bohai, she's did this. So this is how the stamp set comes. And what she did was so this is the thin sheet, this is a thicker sheet. She turned it over and she took a black Sharpie black Sharpie marker and went around them. So now it's a visual. And then she just stores them in here like this. So here's a tip. I like this because I can quickly see that all my stamps are here. They're not going to rip my paper like the other ones have done for me. So I'm going to try it this way for a little bit and see if I like it. But so far I do. But I'm going to tell you, I was creating on the weekend and I left this part off my stamps and it was stuck down and I ripped my paper. So make sure that you're putting the thin acetate back in. She also gave a great tip where she stores the stamps and dies together in one package. So I thought that was a great idea too. So shout out to Jackie for those great tips. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but it's a really nice set and we're going to dive into it tonight. I'm going to show you a scrapbook page and then set your alarms for Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time, because I'm actually going to show you how to make 4 cards using this. And the best part is if you place an order between now, Monday, February 16th, and Sunday, the 22nd, if you're here in Canada, anything over $50 will get you the class pack for free. That's my way of saying thank you. But the best part is Stampin' Up just announced free shipping. So any orders over $100 will get you free shipping. Plus, you can qualify for product of the month, which I will be showing you next week. So lots of fun things. All right, so that's the bundle. Here is the paper, which I said to you was really good. I want to make sure that I'm straight. So Donna, can you tell me if I am straight on my camera? Oh. I'm not going to fiddle around with it too much. So, beautiful colors, balmy blue, blueberry bushel, cloud cover, which you know is one of my favorites. Crumb cake, garden green, Lost Lagoon, mossy mellow, night of navy, old olive, pecan pie, pretty peacock, and secret sea. So really, really nice colors. Very earthy, which reminds me of like the nature, obviously, and out like doing things. This one is beautiful, and this was really beautiful. I'm using a card I cased from Mary Fish on Wednesday, and that was really, really nice. All right, so there's the paper, 12 by 12 in a pack. Also in this suite is this, it's called Natural Hues 12 by 12 textured paper. So you only get 3 sheets, and I already used one. So this is the one color. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze here, hold on. This is the other color, so like a cream, more of a tan, and I think this is more like this is more crumb cake or pecan and crumb cake. But either way, it's really nice. As you can tell, it's a like little textured hard. I use these on my cards and I use them in my scrapbook, so I'll show you that. So let's just put this away because it's sticking to everything. I'm just gonna grab a quick drink here. All right. Oh. I don't know about you, but this winter has been very long. and cold, and I'm so sick and tired of being not feeling well, and I'm ready for spring. All right, also in these are these beautiful false brass pentagons, which are really nice. They're very heavy, so I think they would add a little bit weight to your cards, but super nice. We're gonna use some of those later. And then I have, you know, if you follow me, you know I'm a huge fan of the Secret C, and this is the Secret C. It's called, what is it called here? Open border, open weave ribbon. And then I just use a paper clip just to tore mine in half. So when I sat down to create my project, I looked for some inspiration, and I found this sketch online. That was me listening to my music this morning on my phone. I found this sketch online, and I thought, hey, that would be a great sketch for us to use. I really liked it. I decided I'm going to use this scrapbook page for my daughter. She loves hiking, and she's got some really cool photos of when she's hiked different national parks. So we're going to build this layout together. And if you have any questions at any time, please let me know. Let me know where you're watching from, and if you're on a replay, shout out to my replay warriors. And I just want to say welcome to the Stamp with Ann community. All right, let's dive in. So I did do a little sneak peek this morning, but I'm going to show you. So this is our two-tone cardstock. If you're, familiar with Stampin' Up, you know that our 12 by 12 cardstock comes in two-tone. So we actually have 53 colors. So you get 53 of light, and then the other side, this is dark, this is light, another 53. So it's almost like you have 106 different colors to choose from. We are going to use the, I'm just going to push this up a little bit. We are going to use the dark side. I also have a piece of, and I'm going to put all these measurements on my blog. I have a piece of the designer series paper. Isn't that like really cool? And then beautiful on that side. Now, I am going to just hold that there for a minute because I want to make sure I have enough room for my title down here. And I want to just put that in. Oh, I guess you guys can't see that. So here, let me just move my arm up a little bit. Maybe you guys can see that a bit more. I think that should be good. Okay, let me think. I just adjusted my camera. Okay, let me see if that is a little better where you can see, hopefully. Okay, looks okay on my end. Somebody's watching. Please let me know if that's better. All right, I just want to make sure that I have enough room for my wording down here. So I'm just going to kind of play this right here now. I'll talk to you about these in a minute. Okay, let's go ahead and hear this down. I'm super excited. I finally got seal, which makes things go so much faster. And I'm going to put that right there. As I said, I'm going to, once I'm done this video, it takes about 24 hours for the video to process on YouTube, and then I'll upload it to my blog, and you will have all the measurements and everything. So just right now, oops, sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I am straight. Can someone please let me know if I am straight? It's hard to tell. I don't want to be crooked because I think that would drive me crazy as a person watching. Okay. I feel like I'm straight now. Maybe not. Maybe it's just the illusion of everything. Give myself a minute here to focus. Okay, so I have that piece. I think maybe, I'm not sure maybe it's my thing. There we go. I think that's just my camera was off a little bit. All right, so this was that textured paper I was telling you about. I'm just going to lay this right here. We're actually going to do some stamping on it, so I don't really want to adhere it down. So I have that. So let's do, I'm actually just going to kind of lay my pieces. So I kind of want to be in this area over here. All right, so I'm going to move my greetings off here, and I'm going to pull this away, and we're going to do some stamping. So tonight, I'm going to share with you our new tool that Stampin' Up! Came out with. As a demonstrator, you could have ordered it during our pre-order. As a customer, you could earn this when you join Stampin' Up! Right now, Stampin' Up's got a great bonus on for joining Stampin' Up! And you would join as a demonstrator. You're going to get the new tool called a Stampin' Positioner. So let me show you what that is. Mine came last week. As I said, I had been battling a chest infection since last week and just have not been feeling the best. So I finally dove into it when I had a little bit of energy to be in my room, and I absolutely love it. So if you have been around Stampin' Up or a Stampin' Up demonstrator or a customer, you might have had the Stamparatus, which was a tool that Stampin' Up came out with a few years ago. It had plates. It was meant for stamping. It was great. Unfortunately, there was Stampin' Up had to pull it off the market, and now they've come out with the Stampin' Position tool. This will be available to customers. I just don't know when. So if you're really liking this and you're not a demonstrator, I would suggest joining as a Stampin' Up demonstrator, because you're going to get this as an added bonus. It's almost like a $67 bonus. So I'm going to dive in and show you. So the Stampin' Positioner, what it comes with is it comes with this plate, and it comes with these. These are your stamping plates, 2 magnets, and then let's just see. And it comes basically, this is what you get. It's like this. That's your Stampin' Positioner tool. What Stampin' Up did was they came out with grid paper. One side is inches, one side is centimeters, and you get 50 sheets in here. So that's a pretty good thing. As you will notice, there's little holes up here, which just slide into these holes here. Now, if you had a Stamparatus or our other tool, you would have known our magnets were really hard to pull off. I love these because they have like this little thing to help you hold your paper in. So we're going to bring my paper in. Now, my paper's a little bigger than what I need it to be, but we're just going to put stuff there. All right, so let's grab the stamp set. I thought I would stamp this image over here in Mossy Mellow, because you know when you're hiking we always see tons of bushes and different colored things, so I thought that would be fun to add to our page. Now I'm writing up. I would know that I was missing this stamp set, so wait, we'll reconnect for you. Oh my gosh, I don't know, something's going on with my things. Okay, so please, Donna, can you please let me know if I'm here? I did a video on the weekend and everything disconnected for me. It says, chat disconnected, please, but we try to connect you. Successfully connected. Okay, all right, so I am going to put my stamp here. And what I'm gonna do is, I don't need this one, so we're gonna put this one off here. And I'm going to put this down. Now, this is very effortless. It like works perfectly. If you're a person who has arthritis in your hands or anything like that, it's simple, simple, simple. It's a light touch. I did find though with the bigger stamp sets, I did give it a little bit of a little, like not harder, but a different, like more of a firm push so that would connect. So let me just bring this up. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna pop down, and then that will pick up my stamp. So there we go. I'm going to make sure my stamps are there. We are going to ink this in Mossy Mellow because I thought that would be a really nice color on the two-tone paper here. So because we're inking up on the mat, we're just going to go like this. Okay. And I still think I'm rolling. It looks good. Okay. All right. We're going to put those back, these holes back in. And now I know where I am. This would be really good if you were mass producing. If you were a person who did multiple swaps or were making favors or multiple cards, this would be the tool you would want to use because you wouldn't have to position it each time. You would just stamp. I am going to use a few hands, but when I show you on Wednesday during our card making session, I will show you that it's easy to do with one finger. Because this is a bigger stamp, I really want to make sure I get a good impression. We're just going to push down. It springs. It's almost like it's a spring action. Okay, and now I'm going to pull it off, and there is my image. So effortless, easy, easy peasy. Now I actually forgot it over at the kitchen sink. I brought my chamois in to show you, and I forgot the kitchen sink, so let me go grab that. Jeez. Stampin' Up did recommend you use a chamois to clean it. So this is our chamois. It's usually a pretty nice bullet purple, But as you can tell, mine is well loved. I do use it. So it's just a good way to get all that off. And then I'm just going to peel it off and put it over here on my pin. And then I'll just clean this off and we are good to go. I'm gonna move that over there. I'm gonna pull off my stamps and we are going to put this away. So that is the new Stampin' Position tool. As I said, customers, it will be available at some point during the thing. And then if you are a customer and want it sooner than later, then you can join as a demonstrator. Hi, Ann and everyone watching from the Netherlands. Well, thank you for joining us tonight. Okay, so I am going to bring back in the paper. We are making a 12 by 12 scrapbook page. And I just know, I think I'm just going to bring in my W here so I know the like size of my page here. Oops, not a W. Just make sure. Yeah, that's great. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to secure this down. We are using the Nature Hues 12 by 12. You only do get 3 sheets. Here in Canada, I think the price is $10.25. All right, so I am just going to put that down like that. I have a piece that is this pattern. Okay, so look at that. That is really nice, gritty paper. I love it. But on the back, it reminds me of a stamp set we used to have. Very nice, like, I don't even, it says, oh, one I will sing for, definitely there's a verse on it, which is really nice. Okay, so we're gonna use that, and I'm gonna cover up a bit of that, and I'm okay with that because, now I'm just gonna lay that down there because I have a few other pieces we need to put down first. All right, I have 2 strips. This is the one side, and then this is the other side, so just using those patterns. And I am just going to put that down there. I'm gonna move my thing off. Okay, so let's go ahead and adhere this one down. Okay. Like that. And then I'm going to adhere this on top. I wanted my grid paper to sit on top of it. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna offset it a little bit, and I'm just gonna come down a little bit here. Okay, so just like that, and then I'm going to bring this in and it'll just sit over top of that. And I feel like this went down a little bit to the, now I don't measure, I honestly just eyeball everything. But there's people there who do, so kudos to you because I think that is a really neat way to do things. You could easily make this a double page. You could just mirror what you did. But I thought it would be great for just one of the pictures of, okay, now I just need to make sure I have enough room on here. Yeah, okay. So we're just covering up that little bit there. I did want to, and I should have did it before, but I'm going to bring in, I think I'm going to use a crumb cake. I just thought I would do a little bit of, oh my gosh. Okay, so let's bring in that crumb cake, and now we're going to bring in this stamp here. It kind of to me looks like a log of wood or like a distressed look. So I'm gonna bring that in, and I'm just gonna use one of our stamps, our clear blocks. And I am going to actually stamp off because I think I want it to be a little, oh, you know what, let's just go here. Oh yeah, so I just kind of wanted to do like a little, some little collage there. Okay, so close that up. Now we have that. I have my my mats. These are my photo mats. So these are 4 1/4 by 6 1/4, which would easily fit a 4 by 6 photo. This is our Mossy Mellow 2-tone cardstock. So one side is dark, one side is light. Sorry, I missed. And then I'm going to put this here. So just like that. So let's go. I'm going to glue the bottom one down first so I know where I'm going. So as I said, 4 by 6 photo, and I will be using some pictures of one of my daughter's hikes. I would love to hike with her, but I just don't know. She probably would take me to the top of the hardest mountain and make me, yeah, not good. She is definitely my outdoorist person. Okay, So I have that. Now let's just bring this sketch back in and show you. So we've kind of got like, this is this layer, here is this is like my grid. I did these, and then I have some circles. So I chose not to put the circles over here on the side because that is actually where I'm going to do my journaling. With scrapbooking is storytelling. Your story, you're telling your story for future generations. When we look at this scrapbooking page, we will know that, hey, this was taken on this day. But am I like straight here? Looks like it. Maybe this has to come up. I don't think I can get it up now. Oh, I'm gonna leave it. It will, I think it needs to be tilted. But 20 years from now, we might not remember those details. So we should always write who was in the photo, what was our feelings that day, what was the date, the year, the place. So then when you look at it, you'll be like, oh right, this is what we did that day. All right, so I am using one of my favorite dies in my studio. These are probably one of my top 10. I was so happy last year when I was at Onstage in Raleigh, North Carolina, when I found out, this was the first thing I went to look to see if these carried over. My team was all looking at pattern paper and everything, and I was squealing because these were carrying over. I'm a huge fan of anything stitched, and I love these. So definitely, if you're looking for some just geometric great shapes, these are them. All right, so I have couple circles here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop these up. Now I'm not going to pop them up, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this down. I'm actually going to pop up this side because if I put down this other side, I won't be able to get my picture down. So this is just one way of, you know, making sure your pictures. So there, and then I'm going to do I'm going to put this one here because I'm going to do the same, and then I'm going to do the same here. I'm going to pop up this side. I think I like that. So let's pop up this side. Now, one of the greetings in this set are, I'm going to show you the dies in a minute here. Give me a minute. Because I didn't really use the dies. I will use the dies more on Wednesday. So the dies have this, let me show you the dies because they're beautiful. And I actually stuck in, look at this beautiful, like greenery vine. Really nice. You could use this for so many different occasions. But here are the dies. So you can see this kind of punches out this, kind of gives you like that detailed. You have the hashtags. This will cut out that flower bush we just stamped. You have some dots, and then you have like that thing, that almost image that we did there. So really great dies. I was saying, if you follow me last week, I did the prayers and promise set. So if you're new, make sure you go back and subscribe to my YouTube channel and then go back and watch the videos. But I was noticing when I was looking for some some ideas, I didn't have a lot of like greenery. So I'm really happy that I have that. Okay, we're gonna stamp. Now, one of the sayings in this set is, I like you lots, to a great guy, thank you, you make me smile. I thought you make me smile would be a fun one for this page because honestly, when my daughter is hiking, she will FaceTime me from like the top of the mountain, and she has the biggest grin on her face. She is just so happy because she's in her element. So I thought, you know what? Let's do you make me smile because I think, you know, hiking is very good for you, and of course it's going to make you smile. So there's that. And so I'm actually stamping on that natural hues paper. So you can see it's stamped beautifully. I wasn't sure about this. I actually ordered the Sweet collection, so it came. If I didn't order that, I'm not sure if I would have ordered it, but now that I've played around with it, I think I would almost order another pack. So same thing, we're just gonna pop pop-ups on that side. Okay, so we have that. So we kind of have, let's bring that sketch back in. We kind of have those circles going, and then we're going to do a title. So I decided for my title, and I'll do some journaling and I'll put it down there. So as I said, I will show that template, and then I will give you all the measurements so you can go to my blog, which is www.stampwithann.com, and this video will be up towards the end of the week, or as soon as it's finished processing and I have the time to do that. So 2 4x6 photos, so you can easily make a double page and add some more photos. I would just mirror everything I did and I would do it on this side. So let's go ahead and show you the next step. So I have gone ahead and done this part already just because, you know, I know videos are long and people, you know, time is precious. So I am using the Alphabet La Mode dies. You get 52 dies of numbers and alphabets and some like quotation stuff. So I use these to create my title, and I decided to call my title Nature Walk, just like the paper, I know. All right, so we're gonna put W, and I cut these out. I had a piece of that two-tone cardstock and the Early Espresso just left over. So I thought, you know what, why not use that? So we're just gonna we'll start with the walk, and we will go ahead and glue. I should have put these on adhesive sheets, but I didn't think of it till I was almost done it. So we're just gonna use our Tombow and hope that the Tombow plays nice with us tonight and only does little dots. Okay, so I'm just gonna lay that down. Just give that a minute. All right, let's go ahead with our L. These you will find in our annual catalog and also online. You can just search Alphabet La Mode dies and you will find them. Definitely, if you are using these, you want to get some adhesive sheets because it does make it a lot easier. Just going to hold that there for a minute. All right, let's put down. Okay. Why do you think we always remember we should use adhesive sheets after we cut them, right? Oh my gosh, I have no idea. My friend uses them all the time. I actually think what I need to do is put them in front of me on my like die cutting station. And they actually are. I just think I'm so excited to create my projects that I forget to use those adhesive sheets. Okay, I'm just gonna hold that for a minute. All right. So as I was telling you, all the measurements and stuff will be up. And as I said to you at the beginning, if you're just like scrolling through and finding me, this is probably one that I would not have picked for myself. But the more and more I saw some things done with it, the more and more I really liked it. So I was like, you know what? We're going to use this. So, all right, I've got all the measurements on. Now let's just hope my nature will fit because I didn't really size that one up. I should have, but that's okay if we go over nature. Oh, I might be okay. Just kind of using that this as my top as my thing. Oh, I know for one other thing I forgot to do. I was going to do a little bit of speckling. But that's okay. We can still probably do that. All right. I'm just going to slide this over. I'm going to start down with my E because I know it will fit. So let's go there. And I am going to put that down there and just give it a minute to hold. I'll go with the R next. Have you been watching any of the Olympics? As I said, I haven't been feeling well. It's probably a good week. For me to sit on the couch and not do anything, you know that I'm not feeling well. Because I usually don't sit on the couch and watch TV till like 8:30 at night. And I usually only watch TV for about an hour because I really do like being in my room. It became my happy place. My body's just fighting something, so... The one thing about crafting is you don't have to, you could just sit here and hope that you know, it takes your mind off things for a while. All right, let's put that down there. And let's go with our N. I have a love-hate with this glue. I do like it, but it gets on my fingers, and that's the part I don't like. All right, let's just put that there. Hold that in place for a minute. All right. While we let that dry. So as I showed you, the Stampin' Positioner is part of our exclusive join offer. So anywhere from February 3rd to March 2nd, if you were to join Stampin' Up, whether any markets, or like if you're here in Canada and you just found me and you don't have a demonstrator, I'd love to help you out. And if you have a big wish list or a shopping list, then this is for you. Here in Canada, you pick out $165 worth of product. You would pay $135 with no shipping, and you will get the Stampin' Positioner for free. And I said that's a $67 value for the Positioner, and I believe this is about, I can't remember how much the paper was, but I want to say it's probably like almost like an $87 value. So really good. As I said, I really enjoyed using it. And nature looks good. Okay, so I am going to do a little bit of speckling, and I meant to do that. So if you have markers, you can do it with markers. I don't have a lot of the markers because when they switched to the new style, I just never really got to them. But I do have one of our stamping blends. This is Pecan Pie. It comes in dark and light. Now, I would only do this if you're not going to use this brush end. I prefer when I color, I prefer to color with this end, the nub, because I feel like I have more control. We're just going to do a little bit of splatting. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the lid in my left hand, the marker in my right, and I'm just going to pull down. So I'm just going to try to get a little bit, I meant to do it before. You can see how it just gives that little bit of a splat. I meant to do it before we adhered things, but that's okay because I still wanted to show you how you can add this. It just adds like a little bit of, like, you know, just like you're out in those little areas. Okay, so there is that. Now, also, as I said, it comes with these, now I'm not going to put these on here, I don't think they would go with my paper, but they come with these bronze pentagon. Like I said, they're very heavy. I will use these in our cards on Wednesday night, so I definitely will show you that. But maybe once I'm done my page, I might add some, but at this moment right now, I'm not going to. All right, so there, and as I said, there's also ribbon, but I don't really need for my ribbon, so. Anyways, there is our scrapbook page for tonight. I hope that I have inspired you to pull out your scrapbook, your cardstock, and your paper and create a page. This layout could easily be switched up. If you're like, well, I don't really go for hikes, YN, or I don't really like going out in nature, there's too many bugs, I don't blame you. You could easily switch this layout up for Christmas. You could do a birthday layout. You could switch it out for like a wedding, travel, whatever you want to do, you could easily switch this out. I think that's the neat thing about sketches. Sometimes, like, I always love sketches because I feel like it's a puzzle waiting to be solved. But with stamp paper and inks, and in my actual spare time, I actually love doing puzzles. So I gravitate towards sketches all the time. So I was looking for a sketch online, and I found this one I thought it would really work. So as I said, I'm going to put 2 photos in there of my daughter's hike. I'll probably do some like little journaling, like strips down here, just like the date, where she was hiking and how she felt about it. And then that will go into our family album. So what do you think? I would love to know what you guys think. If you're watching on the replay, let me know. I'll know. I'll put that down there. So let's just do a recap. So we are showcasing the Nature's Symphony. I gotta just sound that out while I say it. Bundle, which is the stamp set and dies. And we also use the Nature Walks Designer Series paper, which is part of the Nature Walk suite. Very nice layout. Thank you. You're welcome. And as I said, like, I first started, like, scrapbooking. Okay, so look, I want to show you. Here I am. I'm going to put these away while I talk. And it's just easy. I know that this stamp goes right here because I can see the outline. As I said to you, I actually got into scrapbooking with Stampin' Up. So when I first moved to our neighborhood, I met some of my neighbors and they were scrapbookers, and I loved the idea. I thought it was so cool how they were creating all these memories for future generations. So I got into scrapbooking, and I have to say when I first started the scrapbook, I found it frustrating because back then there was a lot of scrapbooking stores around, and I would go and I would buy my paper, and I would buy my pattern paper, and I would buy embellishments, and I would get home, and sometimes it didn't coordinate. Or I would buy a kit, and then I'd have leftover pieces. And then I was introduced to Stampin' Up, and I was like, wow, like as soon as I stamped, the first time I had a stamp in my hand with the wood stamp, I was hooked. Yes, back then, wooden stamps. I'll be 19 years as a demonstrator in May. And I was like, oh, if I pick some cardstock and paper and inks, I can create whatever I want, especially titles. Our family names have a lot of vowels, so I was always buying stickers and then stuck with these, like, you know, all the X's and Y's and Z's you don't really use. So I was really excited, and that's honestly how I fell in love with Stampin' Up. My favorite thing is the coordination, the friendships. I've met some best friends around the world, and the community. It just keeps me going. I love it so, so much. And obviously seeing things in advance is a perk too. But my number one is the friendships, the community, the coordination, and the perks. I love it all. All right, everyone. So I will upload this video. This video will upload and process within 24 hours. I will take a picture and put this on my blog and link the blog to the video and the video to the blog. So that way you can head over there and catch all the measurements so you guys don't have to figure them out. I will put those up there for you. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me. If you're wherever you are in the world, thank you. I appreciate it. Set your alarms for 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I will be back on Wednesday night, and I will show you 4 cards made with this bundle and designer series paper. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a great rest of your evening. Bye.